Oh, so bad. I feel like I'm an old lady here. Gah! There is just a lot of spots. Hey guys, it's Tina here. Welcome back to my channel. As you guys know, I am obsessed with beauty, especially when it comes to skincare. I love trying new products out. I love trying new treatments, as well as analyzing my skin, maybe sometimes a little too thorough. If you've seen any of my Tina Scope videos, you would know what I mean. I'm sorry if I gross you out with my blackheads. I know, they're so gross. But today, you're going to see my skin like you've never seen it before. And don't be fooled by the makeup and the beauty lighting because my skin is far from perfect and you'll soon find out what I'm talking about. Recently, I got my skin analyzed through this special machine called a Visia machine. What it does is capture images of your skin and analyzes it and shows you what you can't see with the naked eye. What you do is you pop your head into this machine, which has cameras on it. You rest your chin on this little plastic thing, and the machine takes 3 different angles of your face: left, right, and front on. The machine analyzes your face and gives you a skin evaluation of 8 different skin features: spots, wrinkles, textures, pores, UV spots, brown spots, red areas, and porphyrins. This machine basically gives you all this information about your current skin condition, from the superficial layers up top to the underlying layers that you can't see. I'm really interested to see my results because I do feel that I take care of my skin quite well. Like, I wash my face, I exfoliate, I use serums, I mask regularly, I moisturize, have eye cream on, I use sunscreen, like all the shebang. Like, I am pretty on top of my skincare routine. So in front of me, I have my laptop as well as the results from my skin analysis. You are going to be shocked, okay? Like, some of these scare me. Okay, so here I have 8 photographs of my skin, and this is just front on. I have the side views as well. So each picture analyzes a different skin feature. The top is what you can see on the superficial layers of the skin, and the bottom 4 is what you can't see with the naked eye. The bottom ones are the scariest. So let's just start off with the top 4 images. Here in the first picture, it shows you my pores and how big they are. So if I just zoom in, the bigger the circles mean the bigger the pores. So as you can see, I actually have a lot of pores around my nose and it scatters out towards my cheek areas. And I'm sure I still have plenty on my forehead as well. But this is just analyzing the center part of my face. To be honest, this isn't a big surprise to me. I know that I have enlarged pores around those areas because I can see it. And those are the areas where I tend to get more like blackheads and I get really oily and bumpy, and it just gets really congested there if I don't exfoliate. So this scan isn't that surprising. Here's a side view of my face. Again, you can see that the focus of those large pores are around my nose. I feel like I get that from my mum because my mum has the exact same thing, but maybe even worse. And around my cheeks, it's not too bad. As it goes outwards, my pores get smaller. Same goes for the other side. Lots of concentration of those large pores around my nose, and it kind of just scatters out towards my cheeks. However, I feel like this right cheek has a lot more pores. This next photo shows me where my spots are. In my opinion, it's not too bad. These are the areas that are a little bit darker on my face, and yes, I can see them, so it's not a big surprise to me. Here's a side view, and I do have some spots around the outer perimeters of my face. Also with my skin, I tend to notice a lot more spots come up after I'm exposed to the sun. So after my Miami trip, these spots on the side started to come up a lot more. This image is referring to the texture of my skin. These little dots in the center here, these were all the bumps are, and it's true because I can actually feel it and I can notice it when I put my makeup on. It's a lot bumpier around this area and it starts to smooth out when I apply foundation or makeup around my cheeks. Here's a side view, and to be honest, I am quite happy with the texture of my skin. It's not too bad. Oh, this next one has been one of my main concerns recently, and it's definitely because of age. It's my wrinkles. Oh gosh. Let me zoom in on it. As you guys can see, there's a lot of those green squiggly lines. The light green highlights where the superficial lines are, and the dark green is where the deeper lines are. That's what happens when you get older, guys, especially if you're really expressive. Those lines are gonna come. On this front view, around my eyes doesn't look so bad. There's just a little bit on this side. Very light lines, so they're not dark green. But wait, let's have a look at the side view. This is the side view on my left side. You can see some darker greens around here. And then the rest is lighter green, and I have some towards the inner corner of my eyes underneath that area. Ugh, you can see that I have a little bit of like mascara on my lashes. When you do this scan, you're supposed to have like no makeup, so I took my makeup off, but obviously I didn't do a good job with my mascara. On my right side, it is a lot worse, I say. There's more of those like superficial lines and a few dark green ones. And I think it's because when I sleep on my right side a lot. So my face is like constantly being squashed like this on my pillow. I have to try to like sleep on my back if I want to reduce these wrinkles. Also, if you're a happy person, you smile a lot, you're bound to get wrinkles or little lines here and there. So maybe that's a good thing. It means I'm happy. Alright, so that's the 4 scans that you can see on the superficial layer of the skin. Now let's get deeper. This reminds me of like a galaxy or something. What is this? This is showing all my porphyrins. So what that is like a bacteria that is drawn to more oily areas. So all those like little orange dots there, that's where like the oily areas are. So most likely my sebaceous glands, my oil glands, producing a lot of oils around that area. And it definitely tends to be more of the T-zone, a little bit on my cheeks and forehead, and lots around my nose. These are the areas that tend to get more breakouts. On the side, you can see the concentration of those oily areas around my nose. I am just a really oily person. Ugh. I've always been like that since like a teen though, so nothing new there. Again, on the other side, there is just a lot of dots on my nose. I just need to try to balance that oil flow around those areas a lot more. Oh, this next photo scares me. This shows all my UV spots and UV damage. Gah! Okay, let me zoom in. This looks so scary. I look like an old person. But you can see how many spots there are underneath. So this is why you gotta wear sunscreen, and you need to protect your skin. So this is all the UV spots that are lying underneath my skin at the moment. They haven't come up yet, but it just shows you the amount of spots I have underneath. And if I continually go out into the sun and I don't protect my skin, they will turn into brown spots. Scary, right? It's so crazy because you look at my skin and you would never think that I have all this underneath. It's just taken over my face. Same with the sides. I wonder if my right side would have a little bit more UV damage because I used to drive and the sun would hit my right side a lot more. Let me just see. Maybe a tiny bit more, but maybe because I haven't driven in ages because I've lived in Singapore for a year now. Oh, but this is just not a pretty sight. And this is why you guys need to protect your skin and wear sunscreen. I never used to wear sunscreen that often when I was like younger. Only these last few years I've been adapting it more into my routine. And I wish I would have started earlier. Let's move on. This one is just as scary, if not scarier. The next image shows you what the UV spots turn into if you don't protect your skin properly. Oh, so bad. I feel like I'm an old lady here. So these are the brown spots, otherwise known as the melanin in your skin. There is just a lot of spots. So right now they're underneath my skin, they're not showing just yet, but they're still there, and that's why you need treatments and lasers to kind of break up that melanin pigment underneath so that they don't come up and you get spotty and freckly everywhere. Do you guys ever notice that in summer you suddenly get all these freckles appear? Most likely they're these spots that are lying underneath your skin, but they don't come up to the surface until there's sun exposure. Then the last scan I have here is showing the red areas on my face. The darker areas is where I have more blood flow, and you can see that I do have a little bit of redness here and there, especially around my nose, and it tells me what the areas that are more likely to be sensitive. I did have a spot on my cheek here, so that is quite dark and red. And around my nostrils, that's where I get a lot of the redness, and I have some broken capillaries there. And around my cheeks, those areas tend to be a bit more sensitive than the rest of my face. So there you go, that is my very thorough skin analysis through the Visia machine. I really like that I can see what's happening underneath my skin and what areas I need to work on. For example, all those UV spots, I need to continually protect those areas before they turn into those brown spots. And those brown spots, I just need to treat those areas and make sure they don't come up to the surface. Now, I did film my usual skincare treatments that I get, so I will edit that for a part 2 of this video. But I just wanted to keep it separate because I wanted like my skin analysis and show you guys what everything means. And then the next video, I'll show you guys what treatments I get for my skin. So make sure you stay tuned for part 2. And that is it to this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you guys are interested in getting like a similar scan done, you can just search up Visia skin analysis and like your area or your city, and a lot of clinics should have them. I do recommend you getting something like this done, especially if you want to try some new skincare treatments out. It just lets you know what your current skin condition is, and later on after you finish your course of skincare treatments, you can compare it and see if it actually helped your skin. Anyways, that is it to this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram. I shall speak to you guys next time. Bye!